Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to UTMF!
ついに本日、夢ではなく現実にこうして皆様にお会いすることができました。今回は私も心を込めて皆さんと共に走らせていただきたいと思います。楽しんでください。はい、楽しみましょう。ありがとう。ありがとう。
こちらは近江龍之介選手ですね。現在20歳、今回の UTMF 最年少の選手。
としているところですね。あ、来ました。丹波選手ですね。まさかのすごい。
西村選手ですね。西村弘和選手がトップでやってきました。まずドロップバッグを受け取っています。今切りました。 Good evening, everyone. Welcome to pre-race briefing of Ultra Trail Mount Fuji year 2023. We are just 11 days away from the Ultra Trail Mount Fuji. Are you prepared to tackle 100-mile Fuji or 69-kilometer Kai? Today, we are conducting a pre-race briefing for the Ultra Trail Mount Fuji. My name is Koichi Iwasa, and I will be hosting the briefing. And joining me is the race director, Mr. Tatsuo Chiba. He is on the left side of me, and he's too shy to show up with me. And excuse us, we may have some brief Japanese conversation during this session. Okay, so last night, we had a briefing in Japanese, and today's English briefing will cover all the topics discussed in that session. Additionally, we will provide answers to questions from participants in that session last night. So it's even. So if you have any questions during this briefing, please don't hesitate to write them in the chat box in the YouTube Live, so we will address them throughout this session. Okay, and let me show an executive summary of this briefing in advance. The year 2023 Ultra Trail Mount Fuji pre-race briefing covers important race details and procedures, including race cancellations, check-in, parking, and mandatory equipment, and rules for retiring from the race. The 100-mile Fuji and the 69-kilometer Kai course will have an aid station with various facilities, and real-time athletes tracking will be available on race day. The briefing also provides description of the course, highlighting key sections and landmarks, as well as the commemorative items for finishers. Runners are advised to carry their pre-registered cell phones, be aware of private property restrictions, and to follow course markings. The event will take place in 11 days, bringing together trail running enthusiasts from around the world at Mount Fuji. Okay, so let's begin the pre-race briefing. So you may have already downloaded this one, the Racer information document. So this is already recently emailed to all the runners this year, and you can download this document from the event website. So Chiba-san, could you share this document right now? Okay, thank you. And please remember download Racer agreement and health condition agreement form as well. those are sent to you as well. So you can complete and sign them ahead of time. You need to submit these documents at check-in at Fuji-Q Highland or Kodomo no Kuni. Let's discuss the schedule outlined on the first page of the racer information. For clarity, there will be no COVID procedures this year, such as antigen testing. There is also no need to schedule check-in time for runners. Simply arrive when it's convenient for you. Check-in for 100-mile Fuji will take place on Thursday, April 20th from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. and for 69-kilometer Kai on Friday, April 21st from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Both check-ins will be held at Fuji-Q Highland. Please note that no check-in will occur on the day of the race. If you fail to check in on the day before the race, you will be disqualified and unable to participate. As you may already know, advanced registration and payments are required for parking reserved for the event and for runners' baggage storage. This is a big change from last year or the year before those events. Advanced registrations for parking and storage has now closed. So if you haven't pre-registered and need to park at Fuji-Q Highland, please use general visitor parking lot of Fuji-Q Highland. Be aware that the parking fee here is slightly higher than that of dedicated events parking lot. And there is no parking fee at Fujisan Kodomo no Kuni, the starting venue for the 100-mile Fuji. Please download and just print parking tickets from the event website. For 100-mile Fuji, runners can drop off their luggage at Fuji-Q Highland, the finish line, between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. on race day, the race of the day of the start. Just prior to the start, from 12 p.m. to 2:15 p.m., you can also leave their luggage at starting venue Kodomo no Kuni on the south side of the Mount Fuji. Okay, so let's move on to the first page, titled in case of the race cancellation, the bottom of the page 1. Those are details of the procedure. This section details the procedure for shortening the course or canceling the race due to inclement weather or other reasons. If a decision to change the course is made before the race begins, runners will be notified via email as soon as possible. If any notifications are made after the race has started, runners will be informed through SMS or short message via cell phone. Please carry phone with your pre-registered phone number and keep it switched on all the time. This is quite essential requirement for all the participants of our event. Moving on to page 2, we have information about runner check-in. A mandatory equipment check-in will also take place during this time, so please bring all required equipment with you. Don't leave stuff in your cars. Bring everything to the check-in counter. We have already been asked a few questions about this from chat sections of the YouTube. So question 1 is about the headlights. So please carry 2 headlights with you from start to finish. 2 headlights, not 1. And portable toilets will not be provided at the event, so runners must prepare their own. Then we will refer to the page 4 for locations of the 3 paid parking lots near Fuji Highland, which is prepared for the event. So most of the international runners are assigned for parking lots number 1, so it's easy access from Fuji Highland. But in case if you need access to a paid parking lot number 2 in Hokuroku Park, which is located a short distance from Fuji Highland, will be serviced by free shuttle bus. If you retire from the race very early and the shuttle bus isn't operating, contact the race event information center at Fuji Highland. Event staff will pick you up and drop you off on a case-by-case basis. Then we will move on to page 5. Page 5 features a map of the event venue at Fuji Highland. So please take a look and where your visit and what you according to your business. Then move on to the page 6. Page 6 outlines the racer check-in procedure. At check-in, you will receive a T-shirt as a participation prize. Congratulations! So you can write. So we don't have the T-shirts itself right now, but you can write your own message in the blank space between never and in, which is the no space brand tagline. This is after writing your message, please feel free to post your photos on Instagram or Facebook. So we will be happy with those photos, and you may get any prize for your photo. Then please note, only 100-mile Fuji runners may leave drop bags, and 69-kilometer Kai runners are not permitted to do so. So no drop bags for Kai runners. Move on to the page 7. Page 7 contains a general rule, which you should read very carefully. And then on page 9, you will find the rules for when a racer decides to abandon the race, DNF. So if you wish to retire, please do so at an aid station whenever possible. It may take rescue staff a long time to reach the athletes who retire along the course. Particularly in mountainous areas, it should be easy to imagine for all runners. So at aid stations, we recommend calmly assessing your situation and retiring if you lack confidence in reaching the next aid station on your own. Another word for retirement. Retirement is not permitted at F3 Motosuko, which is 61 kilometer for Fuji, and F9 F8 or K3 Nijomagari, which is 138 kilometer for Mount Fuji, and 41 kilometer for Kai. Due to in these two aid stations, retirement is not permitted due to vehicle restrictions at this venue. However, if your safety or health is at risk, don't hesitate to notify first aid staff at aid stations. So safety first and health first. A doctor will be stationed at each aid station to provide first aid. If doctor determines that it's unsafe for a runner to continue the race, they will have the authority to allow the runner to retire. So, if a doctor advises you to retire, you must comply. 2 additional points for participating runners. If you wish to run a trial run of the course before the race, only use sections clearly marked as available for trial runs on events course map, which will be provided very soon on the website. All other sections have been granted by permission by landowners for use only on race day. So please respect this and refrain from entering these sections before the event, prohibited areas. And the second point is this. The course is marked with reflective markings at 100-meter intervals. If you don't see these markings, retrace your steps until you find them. If you lose track of the course and return without covering a portion of the course, you will be disqualified. So this rule for losing the course has been thoroughly discussed, and this rule will be applied very rigidly. Finally, we ask all runners to follow the traffic signals and cross the road at designated areas. There are several traffic signals on urban sections of the course. Even if it is late at night and no cars are passing, please follow the traffic signals and cross the road. When crossing a two-lane road from right side to left side, please follow the instructions of the staff as to where to cross the road. Traffic rules in urban areas and on the roads are very important for Ultra Trail Mount Fuji, so please respect them. Page 9 through page 10 provides a detailed description of mandatory equipment. So you must carry all items from start to finish. For example, you will leave your headlamp with support crew because you want to use it during the morning of the second day. If you do so, you will be disqualified. And if you leave your waterproof pants in drop bag and do not carry them during the race because the weather is already nice, and you will be disqualified as well. Please note that these rules are strictly applied. Okay, so this concludes the explanation of the racer information document. Let's move on to the timetable. So, Chiba-san, could you show the timetable or time of the 進行表, please? Okay, so now Chiba-san is working on timetables. So timetables and time course profile, high and lows, for both Fuji and Kai races will be shortly available on our website. So please be patient. Maybe it's not so long, maybe tonight or tomorrow morning here in Japan. Additionally, a PDF file of the detailed course map, which is considered mandatory equipment, will be available for download shortly. Okay, now you see the timetables. So this timetable displays the estimated times for the first and last runners to pass each aid station. So it's important to note that estimated time for the last runner to pass is different from closing time of the aid station. And information about the facilities available at each aid station can also be found on the race timetable. For a summary of the drinks and food provided, please refer to page 12 of the racer information document. So you may find a lot of Japanese name of Japanese food like yakisoba or manju or rice balls. So it should be a good chance to try them. And all aid stations are staffed by volunteers who can communicate in English. So please do not hesitate to say English please to call the staff if you need to talk to them in English. In addition, a race bib you will wear in front of you or on the back of you has a phone number for emergency contact. So your bib also has a corresponding phone numbers in English and Chinese as well. Now time to share the question and answers from last night's Japanese briefing. So during yesterday's race briefing in Japanese, several questions about aid stations and finish gate were raised. So here are answers from us to those questions. So from the first question, the boiling water will be provided at aid stations and it will be hot enough for instant cup noodles. Congratulations. And second question and answer is the support crews are only allowed to designated support area at aid stations. They are not permitted to take drinks or food prepared by the event on behalf of athletes. The third question and answer is on race day, a website will be available for athletes to track their progress in real time, including the estimated time of arrival at the next aid station. However, please note that this estimated time may not accurately account for the difficulty of climbs and descents along the trail, which could result in significant margin of error. The fourth point is the support crews are allowed to bring only one event provided support bag into the support area. Even if you are supporting multiple athletes, you may not bring additional luggage by leaving items in the support bag within the support area. So let's be honest, and let's be so don't cheat, please. Fifth point is there is no designated space for bicycle parking in the support area. So please refrain from using bicycles or dollies to transport your support bag from parking lots to support area. The sixth point is the no rest facilities will be provided for athletes even if they finish at Fuji-Kyo Highland during late night hours. And the seventh point is the athletes are welcome to cross the finish line with family and friends. Obviously, of course. Okay. We hope this information clarifies any concerns about aid stations and support during Ultra Trail Mount Fuji. Okay, the latter half of this briefing is the course instruction. So next, let me introduce this year's course. So Chiba-san is preparing the 3D map on Strava. Let's start with 100-mile Fuji. So this year's Fuji course features a cumulative altitude gain of about 7,300 meters, while event website incorrectly stated it as 6,500 meters. So the course for both Fuji and Kai will be mostly the same as last year's, with a few minor changes. So be cautious if you plan to use last year's course map for reference. Fuji race begins at Kodomo no Kuni, located on the south side of Mount Fuji. So there will be a long downhill on unpaved forest road for a while. It is easy to pick up speed, but be careful to keep but be careful to keep your legs until the latter half of the race. After a long downhill stretch, the trail becomes a series of small climbs and descents. The first aid station, F1 Fujinomiya, is located at the 23 and 8 kilometer marker, offering a stunning view of Mount Fuji, if weather permits. After F1, the trail climbs the Itenshi Mountains and continues north along the ridgeline, leading to F2 Fumoto, a critical section. So this is a very critical section in the first half of the course. So there is a private property near F2 that can only be accessed on race day. Then the course then heads over the Hashita Pass to F3 Motosuko 63 kilometer point marking. Then followed by F4 Shojiko 73.1 kilometer, which offers indoor sleeping facilities. A gentle climb on paved roads leads to Mount Ashiwara and eventually F5 Fuji Highland 69.4 kilometers, where the course overlaps with the 69-kilometer Kai course. So I'm talking too fast. The Chiba-san is showing the Ashiwara Mountains, and the course you descend, and you will get to the F5 Fuji Highland 69.4 kilometers. Here it is. And then this is and the Fuji Highland is the start point of the 69-kilometer Kai course. So there will be some not easy, but gravel sections and some short trails. And then our instruction tries to the Mount Shibokusa, which is the course reaches the F6 Oshino 122 kilometer. So Chiba-san will fly over to the F6. So these are the mountains, but very small mountains, but you will find it very beautiful and connected by some urban areas. So you will feel the lives of the local people. So now we are here, F6 Oshino, 125 kilometers from the start. Then after leaving the F6, then you climb to Mount Taiheizan before descending to the Yamanakako. F7 Yamanakako, 124.7 kilometers. Well, the Yamanakako is famous. So this is where the real racing begins for 100-mile Fuji. So this is the mud, blood, and sweat place for all the Mount Fuji finishers. From Yamanakako F7, following the climb to Myojinsan, the course continues north along the ridgeline with narrow paths and cliffs on both sides. So please pay your attention on this very narrow path. After descending to Yamboshi Pass, the steep climb up the mountain continues until reaching to F8 Nijumagari aid station. Okay, so yeah, this is a very difficult section, and yeah, this is Yambushi Toge. Then course moves up to the Nijumagari, F8, sorry. So the F8 is very remote place, so please refrain from retiring. So no hope for picking up very quickly. So the course then heads towards the Mount Shakushiyama, featuring a challenging hand climbing section on rocks. Very iconic, difficult legendary difficult place for on Mount Fuji. Sorry, I'm skipping a lot. So yeah, Chiba-san is showing the now Shakushiyama in the middle of the 3D map. So then the course then heads towards the Shakushiyama, and then after descending from Mount Shakushiyama, the course moves downhill on the forest roads to final aid station F9 Fuji Yoshida, 150 kilometers. The course then passes through the city, urban area before final ascent up to Mount Shimoyama. From there, it's a downhill stretch with views of Fuji-Q Highland attractions. You may hear noise from finish line, or you can enjoy view of Mount Fuji. So 2 kilometers before the finish line, there's a train crossing where the train passes every 30 minutes. Waiting time at the crossing will not be deducted from your race time, unfortunately. So after crossing a bridge over the highway and entering the conifer forest skating rink, it's the finish gate awaits. So finishers of the 100-mile Fuji will receive a finisher's best, while finishers of the 69-kilometer Kai will receive a medal. First for it's our first medal for Ultra Trail Mount Fuji event. Okay, so this is a brief instruction for courses of 2023, 20 and 23 Ultra Trail Mount Fuji. Now the time for Q&A. I would like to answer the questions we received in the chat during this briefing. Chiba-san, do we have any questions? Okay. We have. Okay, so we have questions from Alastair McDonald. So welcome. The checkpoint cutoff time. Can you explain the difference between wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4? Also confirm total finish time for wave 4. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Well, you may know this is a wave 1 to 4 means the wave starts. Every run, all the 2,400 runners are divided into 4 groups, and the first wave 1 starts at.
簡単に言うと関門時間はすべてのウェーブは変更な一緒です。全部同じです。
何分おきにスタートするんでしたっけ？15分後とか。ウェーブってダイヤウェーブですね。30分15分後とか。Sorry. Thank you for having conversation. So all the 4 waves are divided by 15 minutes at start, and then as for in terms of the cutoff time, it's same for all the waves. So the cutoff time for ultimate cutoff time for Ultra Trail Mount 100-mile Fuji is 11:30 a.m. on Sunday. So the number of time will be different from for groups, but absolutely the ultimate cutoff time is set at 11:30 a.m. on Sunday. So it applies to all the 8 stations, same manner. Okay. Next question, please. Chiba-san. Welcome, Craig Sutton, Mr. Craig Sutton. Thank you for coming. Will there be a food kiosk at 8 at start if we arrive early? Absolutely, yes. So we may have a lot of, at least few food trucks at any time at start point. Kodomo no Kuni. Yes.
でもちろん会の人はなんですか当然コンビニフェスもあります。
And of course, the conifer forest of the Fujiko Highland has a lot of food, or at least few food trucks at any time. So you will please enjoy all the foods at all those venues. And then, thank you for Craig Sutton for next question. Can non-supports cheer outside of aid stations like Fumoto or Yamanokako? Well, it's okay, right? Yeah. All right. So, yeah. So, so big aid stations like Yamanakako or Fumoto has plenty of parking lots. So please come and join us to cheer all the runners, even if you're not registered. But please respect the parking rules, or be nice to others, and don't park don't park at road. So please pay attention and please refrain. Please respect to those rules for parking. Thank you.
Next question.
Okay, next question, please. Okay, thank you, Timothy Wang from Hong Kong, I guess. If drop out at checkpoint, do you have transportation provided to travel back to the finish line?
Okay. Yes.
Absolutely, of course we have. So don't. Sorry for terrifying you by saying do not drop at certain aid stations. But most of the aid stations we have good access by car. So and we will have a transportation back to finish line, Fujikyo Highland. We wish you luck and don't drop. But in case, please safe back to Fujikyo Highland. Thank you, Timothy, asking.
Next question.
Next, please. Okay, David Fonseca, thank you for asking. Welcome. Which map do we have to print? The 3D map? Absolutely not 3D map. So let me show you the sample. これは間もなく公開される。So this is the stuff you're going to print out by yourself and bring all the way on the course. So the PDF of this map will be provided very soon, and those will be available very soon. So please check your eye on our website. So this should be printed on paper, right? 紙に印刷しないといけないですよね。So please note, this map should be printed on paper and bring in your bag please bring on your bag with your backpack. The digital map on your smartphone is not you will not be regarded as your mandatory equipment. So please take note. Please bring paper. Print by yourself. Thank you.
Next question.
Okay, next question is from Alastair McDonald's. Thank you, Alastair, for our second question. Hi, what time does the expo open on Thursday 20th?
13時。
13時. Okay, 1 p.m. 1 p.m. at 1 p.m. on Thursday at Fujikyo Highland. Thank you. Enjoy. Next question is from Doryu Damron. Thank you, Doryu. Thank you for Iwasa-san, and hello, Chiba-san. Will the food trucks at the end be open at night?
これはあれですよね。
夜もやってるか。
空いてます。
深夜もやってますか？
深夜も24時から、土曜日からは品種の最終時間までずっと空いてます。
Good news, Durio. So the food trucks will be available all through the night, at least a few. So you may, so please enjoy food trucks at Fujikyo Highland.
Next question.
Next one, May-san. Thank you, May-san, for asking a question. Could supporters wait for the runners near the finish line?
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
ご家族だったら今年は一緒にフィニッシュしてもいいですよ。ご家族や。
仲間とかダメなんですか？
基本は家族って言ってました。
Okay, of course, yes. So supporters can wait at their runners at finish line, absolutely. And if you family or family member or significant others, you can run together, finish to the finish line as well. Next question, please. Question from Wang Yuan. Thank you, Wang Yuan. Welcome. Are there shuttle buses operating from Fujikyo Highland to start point Kodomo no Kuni before race starts on race day?
あります。だから予約制ですよ。
今はもうできるんでしたっけ？もう締め切ってる。
ちょっと、これ事前予約制ですね。でもし多分買ってないと思うんで、来ないといけないから、実際は用意します。だから、もしやってなかったら一回でいい。
有料で予約制だと。
はい。そうそう。
Okay. 1 yuan, of course, there's a shuttle service from Fujikyo Highland to the Kodomo no Kuni. But please note, the ticket is, so it's a paid ticket. So please book your tickets on our website and be sure to have your seat in advance. Thank you. Next one, please. Okay, question from Lowy Low. Thank you, Lowy. We have the water supply at the first stop, Awakura.
Not supply.
もう何もないんですよね。Unfortunately not, Lowry. We no longer have Awakura water supply point, so do not expect a water point at our Awakura. Thank you.
Next question.
Yes, please. So next one is from Im Pop. Welcome, Im. I'm curious about support bag. It will send to foreign country and will it be reach on time? これは例のサポートバッグが海外まで送ってくれるのかっていう、事前に送るって言ったけど。
これは、海外の方に関しては受付に来ていただければもう用意しています。ユーと一緒に。
Hi, Im. Unfortunately, we cannot send the support bag in advance into foreign countries, but bags will be available at the runners check-in on the day before the race. So do not worry. So you can get it in advance, at least the day before the race. Thank you. Okay, next question from May-san. Thank you for asking, May. Will there be any live tracking for every runner? Thanks. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we have live tracking for every runners, but it's in Japanese only. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's only in Japanese only. And the time estimation for future, so the future, forecast for next aid station would not be very accurate. Please note that. But absolutely, it's a live race tracking for every runner available. Thank you.
That's all.
That's all for now? Okay. All right. So, yes, this marks the conclusion of the pre-race briefing of year 2023 Ultra Trail Mount Fuji. Well, it is great excitement that we welcome trail runners enthusiasts from around the world again to work together to gather at Mount Fuji in just 11 days. Let's come together and enjoy an incredible 3-day experienced at this iconic location, Mount Fuji. Just that's all for now, okay? Okay. See you at Mount Fuji in 11 days. Bye for now. See you in Mount Fuji